Hi Libras, welcome back. So for the next card we have is the Three of Swords, and a lot of people get scared of this card because if you're in a relationship you think that you're going to break up. Maybe some of you did in the past if it was in Mercury retrograde. Usually when you break up it doesn't last in a Mercury retrograde. But the Three of Swords is basically about being separated from somebody you love. So that doesn't have to be a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife situation. It could be parents, grandparents, even close friends, your best friends. Maybe some of you guys got in a fight and you separated. It could be a relationship. This could be about a past relationship that you miss this person. This can also just be saying that you guys are separated from distance right now. It's maybe your husband or wife or spouse or parents work at a distance. Maybe you moved and you live further from the people that you care about, so you're just saddened by it. It could also just be because it was Valentine's Day. We all get a little depressed, some of us do, about being single. If that's the case and you're single, like I said to a few other signs, just because you're single doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It's actually a good thing, and you should pat yourself on the back because you haven't settled. And it takes a lot of strength a lot of people just end up getting in relationships because they don't want to be alone, and it saddens them to be by themselves, and there's nothing wrong with being alone. It's time to work on yourself, and people that aren't afraid to be single are very strong-willed people. They're doing self-work on themselves, learning to love themselves, and the more you can learn to love yourself, the more love you have to give to somebody else. And the stronger relationship you're going to get. You have the Two of Cups here, which means it could be a soulmate relationship. At some point that you're going to meet your soulmate. Yeah, some soulmate relationships, they work out. Twin flame soulmates, but in a lot of cases, those relationships are the hardest, and it takes a lot of effort and work to make that happen. So just note that. They're there because they have some strong lessons to teach you, and you have strong lessons to teach them, so they can become better people in their lives. And it might not seem like it at the time, because if this happened in the past, you're sad about it, but down the road, and you guys are self-reflecting, so you could probably see the positive out of it, what that person brought to you, whether it's they made you a more caring person, they made you realize how intelligent you are, or you did that for them. That's why they came into your life. The Three of Swords, it's quarreling, misery through separation. If you see, though, in the card, the sun is in the center of the heart, and there's no blood. If you see the one sword's going down and the two are crossed, there's quite a bit of emotion because of the blue. It's emotion, but your heart's not actually broken. Just remember that. It's all in the mind. It's the way you perceive it with your mind. So you might perceive it as a loss, but it actually is a gain, because you need to look at what you gained from that loss. It made you stronger, and it's put you on the path of finding the right person. Then if it was your parents or your grandparents, maybe some of you are just this month, maybe you lost them a while ago, and it's their birthday or some significant date this month that made you miss them. Just remember what they brought to your life, not what was taken, because a life is meant to be celebrated, not mourned. There's a lot of good that we do before we leave, and if that person left you, because I feel like some of you, maybe a select few, have had a child and lost somebody, maybe like a grandparent or a parent, and they weren't around to see that child. Just know that they might have left in order for that child to come into the world. For every soul taken, a soul is given, and it's the circle of life. So part of that person is in your child, and you may not see that now, but that child may have traits that remind you of them. So with the card crossing that is the Knight of Pentacles. And there's a rabbit here. Whenever I see the rabbit, it's a reminder to me of health. So watch what you're eating. For some of you, maybe you should go to the doctors even. Maybe some of you are feeling a little depressed this month and you just need to talk about things. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, journaling is a good way of getting rid of those emotions. And if it's like, if you're angry or sad and you no longer want to feel those feelings, write it down and burn them, or release it. Pray to the universe, God, spirit, whatever you believe in, and ask them to help you heal. Ask them to take your burdens. The Knight of Pentacles is usually an earth sign. It could be male or female. So again, with the rabbit though, first, some of you need to go get a physical. And I know everybody hates them, but it's important that you get your checkups. My mother, when she was 28, she had cancer, and she went and got a checkup, and they found it in the very beginning phase. And due to her getting that physical, her life was saved. So it's better, forewarned is forearmed. It's better to find it before it gets worse. Some of you could just have a cold, maybe even, and just drink some more tea. But the Knight of Pentacles is an earth sign, could be male or female. So you're talking to Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. And if you see this, maybe you guys have a strong, maybe you have strong earth qualities somewhere in your chart, your natal chart. If you see this guy, we're just going to cover the Three of Swords. He is not looking at any of this. So he's got his armor on too. He's no longer looking at this. He's looking this way. So you guys are reflecting. What that's telling me is all of this is reflecting on past. And that's important, so you can, if you are single, so you can get to this Two of Cups, this partnership, this, even a bond with a friend. It could be a new friend is going to come into the picture. If you're a female, maybe another female. If you're a male, maybe another male's going to come in. Maybe some sort of mentor. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be. For everybody, it will be different. Maybe even an animal, because this is, you guys do have the rabbit here. Maybe some of you just need to get a cat or a dog if you live alone as a companion. And I lived alone for a very long time before I lost my job. And I had a dog, and it was my best friend. And I probably would have went insane talking to myself if I lived alone without the dog. So there's nothing like a dog when you come home giving you kisses and so excited to see you. Maybe some of you are missing an animal. I'm getting emotional for some reason. Maybe some of you are really hurting. I don't think that's happened while I did a reading. But with this Knight, they're very grounded, practical people. They weigh their options. They're not over emotional, but they look at their emotions, and they're not too, they are intellectual, but they don't rely on those. They find the middle ground, and that's how they make a balanced decision. Earth signs are very balanced with their decisions. Great with finances. For the next card we have is the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is a great card. It's important union, a balance in a relationship. Maybe some of you might rekindle a relationship with a past lover even. Those do happen. I've had quite a few friends that were high school sweethearts, and then 10, 12 years later they met up again and they learned what they had to, so they could now come back together. That could happen. Could be a new partnership, a new partnership in business, because you do have the Eight of Pentacles here, which is work. So yeah, maybe some of you are going to find a new business avenue to go down and a new partner. There's a lot of passion and drive in this. If you see the water, the emotion is here. You have the moon. And it's almost like if you look here, you see the third eye is in the forehead, but it's between the two of them, so it's activated. When you meet this person, you might feel like you've known them before, and maybe in a past life you guys did. These cups are fully fulfilled. The card crossing that is the Eight of Pentacles. This card is about hard work, dedication, studying. Doesn't have to mean business-wise. You guys could, like I said earlier, it seems like you're reflecting. You've done a lot of work on yourselves, and that's great. You guys should pat yourselves on the back for that. Like I said, few people actually do that and take the time and the effort. And the few people that actually do it, you guys get great rewards in the long run. You'll get a healthier relationship, a healthier family, life, all due to that self-reflection. So great job, you guys. Maybe some of you guys have a new project that you want to work on. This card might be telling me that in 8 months or even 7 months, it might take that many months to see it come to fruition. Maybe some of you need to go take a course or schooling to see this project through. If you look at it, he's worked on it with his own 2 hands, and that takes time and effort. I see these as he still has to develop these ones. This is the first one that he's developing, but he has these other ones that he also has to handcraft. So you guys have done a lot of hard work, though. This is an emotional reading, though. I did tear up there, where I don't think I've done that, like I said. So I got 3 here. I wanted to just pull 2, but 3 came out. We'll quickly read these, and hopefully they help you guys out. So for the first card we have, it's the 6 of Emotions, and it says, memories can fill your heart with many emotions. It's important to remember your past accurately, without seeing it as better or worse than it was. People you used to know may return to your life unexpectedly. Children could be important issues, or may need to reconnect with your own inner child. And for the next card we have is Fair Decisions. Your angels are aware that you have concerns. Be assured that there's nothing to worry about. Stand your ground and know that heaven is shining its divine light upon the situation, and all is being healed. Take the time to review all the details thoroughly. Forgiveness will bring peace to everyone involved. I apologize if I'm talking funny. It's the new teeth that I got. I'm getting used to it. So I feel like I got my braces again. Talking with a retainer in and everything. Good times. The last card we have is Healer of Thought. It's time to clean up your life. Get rid of anything that clutters your space or makes you disorganized. People who take from you but don't give back should be released as well. You or another person involved in this situation is wise, insightful, and caring. Has a wonderful sense of humor and offers a lot of life experience. So Libras, you guys are some of the sweetest, caring people out there. You guys are people pleasers. You're always looking out for other people's benefits, and you put yourself on the back burner. And maybe you guys just gave too much of yourself to somebody. The most healthiest relationships are give and take. It's 50-50. And maybe that person that was in your life was a taker and not a giver, and you deserve to have somebody that's a giver just like yourself. Man or woman, doesn't matter. I hope that helped you guys out, and I'll see you in March. Bye now.